Money. We talk about it, we chase it, we stress over it, but how often do we really stop and ask, what is money, really? For most people, money is a symbol of survival. It means paying the rent, filling the fridge, and keeping the lights on. For others, it's a measure of success, of power, of status. But underneath all of that, money is energy. It's an exchange of value. It's a mirror reflecting back to you the story you've been telling yourself about what you deserve. And that's where the art of manifesting money begins. The truth is, you are always manifesting. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you carry is sending a signal out into the universe. That signal magnetizes experiences back to you. If you've ever noticed patterns in your finances, the same struggles repeating, or sudden bursts of abundance followed by dry spells, that's not random. That's the echo of your inner story. The art of manifesting money is about rewriting that story. Think of it this way. You're sitting in a theater, and the film playing on the screen is your financial life. If you don't like what you're watching, it won't help to yell at the screen or blame the projector. You have to go into the booth, change the reel, and play a new story. That reel is your belief system. From childhood, we absorb messages about money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Hard work is the only way. These ideas sink deep, and whether we realize it or not, they shape the boundaries of what we allow ourselves to receive. But here's the good news. Beliefs are not set in stone. They're choices we repeat until they harden into habits. And any belief can be rewritten. Take Sarah, for example. She grew up in a small town where every conversation about money was laced with fear. Her parents argued about bills, debt collectors called, and she learned early that a lack of money meant stress. By the time she hit her 30s, Sarah earned a decent salary, but somehow, she was always broke, paycheck in, paycheck out. Then, one day, a mentor asked her a powerful question. What if money actually liked you? It sounds silly, almost childlike, but that single shift cracked open a new perspective. Sarah began treating money like a friend rather than an enemy. She tracked it lovingly, celebrated small wins, and spoke about it with gratitude instead of dread. Within a year, she had not only cleared her credit card debt, but built her first savings cushion. Nothing magical fell from the sky. She simply aligned her energy, and the opportunities she once overlooked began flowing in. This is where the art comes in. It's not just about affirmations or wishful thinking. It's about stepping into a new vibration, training your mind to see money as a natural extension of your worth. And that starts with awareness. So let me ask you, what is your money story? Do you see money as a constant struggle? Do you secretly believe there's never enough? Or do you believe, deep down, that wealth is for other people, but not for you? If so, it's time to challenge that script, because the universe only reflects what you project. Now, let's go deeper. Manifestation isn't a trick. It's not about writing numbers on a check and waiting for the mailman to deliver. It's a discipline, a way of living, an art that blends your inner frequency with outer action. Think of a radio dial. If you're tuned to 88.5 FM, you can't hear what's playing on 101.7. It doesn't matter how badly you want to hear it. Until you adjust the frequency, it simply won't come through. Money works the same way. Prosperity is a frequency. Scarcity is a frequency. And whichever one you're dialed into will determine the soundtrack of your financial life. So how do you tune the dial? Step 1. Gratitude for what already is. It may sound cliché, but gratitude is the ignition switch for abundance. Why? Because lack is a state of resistance, while gratitude is a state of flow. When you constantly focus on what you don't have, you reinforce that signal of not enough. But when you acknowledge even the smallest evidence of abundance, a found coin, a meal shared, the electricity that powers your home, you shift the signal to, I am supported. I once read the story of a man who practiced this in the direst of circumstances. He was unemployed, living off borrowed money, and his future looked bleak. But instead of spiraling into despair, he started a daily ritual. Every morning, he wrote down 10 things he was grateful for, even if they were as small as I have clean water to drink, or I have 2 good shoes. Within months, his energy shifted so profoundly that new job offers seemed to appear out of nowhere. Gratitude didn't just change his mindset, it changed the frequency at which he broadcast to the world. Step 2. Visualization with feeling. Too many people approach visualization like a cold checklist. They sit for a few minutes, imagine a big house or a fancy car, then go back to worrying about bills. That's not manifestation, that's fantasy. The real art lies in emotion. When you visualize, your brain doesn't distinguish between what's imagined and what's real. It responds to the feelings you generate. So the key is to visualize not from lack, but from ownership. Don't see yourself wanting the money. See yourself already living the reality of abundance, and let your body feel the joy, the relief, the expansion. Step 3. Inspired action. The universe loves momentum. Think of it like a dance partner. It responds when you move. Manifestation isn't about sitting on the couch and waiting for miracles. It's about following nudges, making bold choices, and trusting your intuition. When you align your energy, opportunities show up, but it's still up to you to say yes. That's where most people stumble. They ask for wealth, but resist the very doors that open for them because they don't look the way they expected. The art of manifesting money requires trust. Trust that the universe knows how to deliver, even if the package looks different from the one you had in mind. So let's return to our theater metaphor. You're changing the reel, rewriting the story. Gratitude sets the stage. Visualization paints the picture. Action brings it to life. And together, they create a masterpiece. Let's take this a step further. When most people think about manifesting money, they immediately leap to the how. How will it come? What job? What investment? What business idea will deliver it? That's natural. Our human minds crave certainty. But here's the paradox. The moment you demand to know the exact how, you choke the flow. You strangle possibility down to the limits of your current imagination. The universe has 1,000 ways to deliver what you're asking for, ways you couldn't dream up if you tried. The how isn't your job. Your job is to stay aligned, stay open, and move when the nudge comes. Think of Jim Carrey. Long before the world knew his name, he was a struggling actor, broke and living out of his car. But he had a practice. He would drive up into the Hollywood Hills at night, look down over the glittering city, and visualize producers calling him with roles. He even wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it 5 years into the future. He carried that check in his wallet, even when he could barely afford lunch. Within that exact time frame, he landed Dumb and Dumber with a contract worth, you guessed it, $10 million. Now, skeptics love to dismiss stories like this as coincidence. But here's the truth. Coincidence is just the universe remaining anonymous. Carrey didn't sit back waiting for miracles. He aligned his energy, visualized with absolute conviction, and then took relentless action when opportunities arose. He lived the art. And here's the lesson. Stop obsessing over how it will happen. Your role is to set the intention, live in the frequency of already having it, and let the details work themselves out. Another essential piece is self-worth. You cannot manifest what you secretly believe you don't deserve. You can chant affirmations all day long, but if you carry deep down guilt, shame, or unworthiness, that energy blocks the flow. Money responds to self-worth like a magnet to metal. There's a story of a woman named Lisa who spent years undercharging for her work as a designer. She loved what she did, but never believed people would pay more. Her mantra was, well, who am I to charge that much? But one day, she realized that this wasn't humility. It was self-sabotage. She raised her rates, and to her surprise, clients didn't leave. New clients actually respected her more. Within a year, her income doubled. Nothing magical, just a self-worth upgrade, and money followed. So ask yourself, do I truly feel worthy of abundance? Do I believe I can hold it, enjoy it, and expand it without fear? If not, this is where the real work begins. Because manifesting money isn't just about attracting more, it's about becoming the kind of person who can hold more without self-destructing. Money amplifies who you are. If you're generous, more money makes you more generous. If you're fearful, more money makes you more fearful. If you're reckless, more money makes you more reckless. This is why so many lottery winners end up broke within a few years. They attracted a windfall, but they hadn't become the person who could sustain it. So the art isn't just about drawing wealth in, it's about expanding your container so that when wealth arrives, it doesn't slip through your fingers. How do you expand your container? You practice handling money at every level with love and responsibility. If you only have $10, treat it with the same respect you'd give 10,000. Track it, appreciate it, direct it wisely. When you prove you can handle the little, the universe will trust you with a lot. This is not punishment, it's training. Think of it like weightlifting. You don't walk into the gym and deadlift 500 pounds on your first day. You start small, build muscle, strengthen your form, and increase your capacity over time. The universe works the same way with abundance. It hands you a little and watches how you treat it. If you fumble, you get another chance, but the load won't increase until you've built the capacity. That's why the art of manifesting money isn't a trick or a shortcut. It's a lifestyle. It's a daily practice of aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the vibration of abundance. And when you do, life begins to respond in ways that feel almost miraculous. Now, let's get practical. Theory is inspiring, but what can you do today to start shifting your money story? Here are 3 practices that will immediately change your relationship with money. 1. Rewrite your money script. Get out a journal and write down every belief you remember hearing about money growing up. Don't filter, don't judge, just list them out. Maybe you heard, "We can't afford that. Rich people are selfish. Money is the root of all evil." Now look at each one and ask, is this belief serving me? Do I want to keep carrying it into my future? If not, rewrite it. Turn "money is the root of all evil" into "money is a tool for good in my hands." Turn "we can't afford that" into "I always find creative ways to afford what matters." This simple exercise can rewire decades of programming. 2. Create a money gratitude ritual. Every day, write down 5 ways money supported you that day. It might be paying for your morning coffee, putting gas in your car, or covering your internet bill. When you acknowledge money's presence with gratitude, you train your subconscious to see money as an ally, not an enemy. 3. Practice micro-manifestations. Don't start by trying to manifest $1 million overnight. Start small. Set the intention to find $1 on the street or to receive an unexpected discount. Celebrate when it happens. These small wins build faith, which is the true engine of manifestation. Over time, your capacity grows, and bigger manifestations flow naturally. There's a story I love about a man who tested this. He decided to manifest a free cup of coffee. He visualized it, felt it, and let it go. Within a week, a coworker walked into the office and said, "I bought an extra coffee. Want one?" That one small success convinced him that the law of attraction wasn't just theory. It was real. And from there, his manifestations grew larger and larger. This is how the art unfolds, one brushstroke at a time. Because manifestation isn't about demanding the universe give you something, it's about aligning yourself so that receiving becomes natural. We often say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But in the realm of manifestation, the truth is reversed. You'll see it when you believe it. And when you embody that truth, everything shifts. By now, you've probably noticed something important. Manifestation isn't about waving a magic wand. It's about alignment, bringing your beliefs, emotions, and actions into harmony with what you want. But here's where it gets fascinating. The universe has a way of surprising us. Sometimes, abundance doesn't arrive through the channels we expect. Sometimes, it shows up in ways so mysterious that even skeptics are forced to pause. Take the story of Cynthia Stafford. In 2007, Cynthia was a single mother raising 5 children after her brother's death. She was struggling financially, living in a crowded home, and wondering how she could possibly provide the life her family deserved. But instead of drowning in despair, she turned inward. Cynthia decided to manifest a very specific amount of money, $112 million. Every night, she wrote the number down. She visualized herself holding the winning check. She imagined how it would feel to pay off debts, to give her children security, to live without constant financial fear. She didn't just hope. She rehearsed the feeling of already having it until it became second nature. 5 months later, she bought a lottery ticket in California. The jackpot? $112 million. Exactly the number she had been visualizing. Now people can argue about odds and chance. But Cynthia's conviction cannot be argued. She didn't just play a game of numbers, she aligned herself with the frequency of abundance so deeply that the universe found a way to deliver it. Her story reminds us of something vital. Manifestation is not bound by logic. The how can defy reason, but the principle is consistent. When you align your mind, heart, and spirit with wealth, doors open. Sometimes doors you didn't even know existed. This doesn't mean everyone should run out and play the lottery with visions of millions falling into their lap. The deeper lesson is that the universe responds to clarity and conviction. Cynthia chose a number. She embodied it. She believed it with her whole being. And reality bent to match her vibration. And that's the art. Not just to wish, not just to daydream, but to live as though it's already yours. So what does that mean for you? It means stop waiting. Stop hoping that someday money will appear if the stars align just right. Start rehearsing abundance now. Speak wealth now. Make decisions from faith now, because the universe is always listening. Here's another truth about money that few people want to admit. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies it. We touched on this earlier, but let's go deeper. If you are generous when you have a little, you'll be more generous when you have a lot. If you live in fear when you have a little, you'll live in greater fear when you have a lot. This is why manifesting money responsibly isn't just about wealth. It's about character. You must become the kind of person who can hold abundance without collapsing under its weight. One exercise I often suggest is what I call the abundance rehearsal. Imagine you received $10,000 tomorrow. What would you do with it? Would you panic, blow it, hoard it, or direct it wisely? Now expand that. Imagine 100,000, then 1,000,000. As you rehearse these scenarios, you begin to notice where fear still lingers, where guilt or doubt creeps in. That's your work. That's where the old money story still holds you hostage. And here's why this matters. The universe is not stingy, but it is precise. It delivers what you can hold. If your inner story is still one of fear, guilt, or lack, more money won't heal that. It will magnify it. But if your inner story is one of worthiness, gratitude, and flow, more money will amplify it. Think of Warren Buffett. He has more wealth than he could ever spend, but he still lives in the same modest home he bought decades ago. Why? Because his identity isn't built on extravagance. Money amplifies his nature. Measured, steady, strategic. Contrast that with the countless lottery winners who lost it all because their inner container wasn't ready. The art of manifesting money isn't just about attraction, it's about transformation. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So here's the challenge. Become wealthy within before you become wealthy without. Speak abundance. Act abundantly. Treat yourself as valuable now. Then watch how reality rearranges to match the inner script. And always remember this. Manifestation is not about someday. It's about embodiment in the present. So let's bring this full circle. Money is energy. It is neither good nor evil. It is a mirror. It reflects the story you've been telling about yourself, your worth, and your place in the world. If that story has been one of scarcity, struggle, or unworthiness, the reflection will keep showing you the same. But the moment you change the story, the reflection changes too. The art of manifesting money is not reserved for the lucky few. It's not a secret code hidden from ordinary people. It's available to anyone who is willing to do the inner work, to shift their beliefs, to elevate their emotions, to take inspired action, and to hold wealth responsibly. Think back to Sarah, who learned to treat money like a friend, to Lisa, who finally believed she was worth more, to Cynthia Stafford, who visualized $112 million until it became real. Different stories, different paths, but the same principle. Alignment creates reality. And that's the invitation to you. Stop telling the story of lack. Stop rehearsing struggle. Instead, declare that abundance is your birthright. Train your mind to see evidence of wealth in every corner of your life. Celebrate the smallest flow of money as though it were a river. Take bold action when opportunities knock. And most of all, truly know that you are worthy. Because here's the ultimate truth. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you allow. When you align with that, the art of manifesting money stops being theory. It becomes your life. And maybe, just maybe, you'll look back one day and realize that everything you ever desired was simply waiting for you to step into the frequency of already having it. That's the code. That's the art. And that's your invitation.